Well, hello there, guys. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's great to be with you, excuse me, on Inspirations for Your Life. Today's Friday, November 21st, 2025, and that means that we are at the end of a master topic. We start a Saturday and we roll through to a Friday. That's what we do. So, again, it is great to be with you here on the show. The master topic that we're closing out this week. Oh, let me share that with you, okay? That master topic was a really, really good one. Well, they're always good ones that we come up with. You know that. But that one is a real interesting one, and that one was called "The Power of Motion: Lessons in Continuous Growth," Series 4. Today's granular topic is Transformation and Renewal, Series 4, Show 47, Episode number 7. Hey, guys, if it's your first time joining me, I want to say thank you and welcome to the Inspirations for Your Life show. If you're coming back, I want to say thank you and, of course, welcome back. It's always great to have you here on the show with me. And I want to take this moment to basically thank you for not only checking out my show, but believing in the content that I provide, because when you believe, guys, guess what? You do achieve. So I think that's a very important thing that a lot of us sometimes, we forget that moment. We forget what all that is. But I think it's an important piece that it's oftentimes forgotten. Don't forget, guys, to check out believemeachieve.com. So that's believemeachieve.com, of course, for more of my amazing, inspiring creations, which, by the way, guys, you can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can visit that and get all kinds of great stuff. All right. So, again, it is such a privilege and such a pleasure to be with all of you here. Hey, if you're thirsty, feel free to go get yourself something, whether it's water or it's another beverage or something hot or cold or fruit or what have you. I have my health drink here in case you guys are seeing or you want to see what I have. So I have basically my 2 tablespoons of blackstrap molasses, and then I have a tea bag that I put in there, decaf Earl Grey, and mix it around with the instant hot water, which is pretty cool. And then I've got the metal here so my teeth don't stain. And that's very yummy. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's kick this off. All right. So, again, a big welcome to everyone. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Inspirations for Your Life show, the daily motivational show with me, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast coach, host, graduate student, and above all, a passionate lifelong learner. And it is my privilege and my pleasure to be with you here this evening. My mission, guys, is to help you unlock your greatest potential and fuel your journey with actionable inspiration and expert wisdom. That's it. Whether you're hoping to ignite your mindset, overcome obstacles, or reinvent your path, you're in the right place. Get ready to elevate your day and transform your night and your future. Because today we're exploring transformation and renewal, the vital forces that keep life, careers, and dreams in motion. So without any further ado, let's kick off the first point. Number 1, all motion seeks transformation. All motion seeks transformation. Every step you take moves you closer to change, no matter how small. Progress isn't always about giant leaps. Sometimes it's the little shifts that reshape who we are and what we do. Embrace the motion even when the outcome seems, uncertain, because each stride is a catalyst for growth. Number 2, energy never dies, only changes states. So your effort and your passion never truly vanish. Challenges, setbacks, or pauses simply reroute your energy, empowering new beginnings. Learn to ride the wave of change, trusting that each shift brings fresh opportunities. I think that's important to know, is that fresh opportunities allow us to go from point A to point B, and they allow us to become basically a better version of ourself. I think that's important to understand. And hopefully, you'll understand like what I'm doing. And I hope that it makes a difference in your life. So, number 3, motion resets identity over time. Well, that's a very powerful set of words. Motion resets identity over time. Motion resets identity over time. Who you are isn't static. Mm-mm. You keep moving. You keep learning, and you'll reinvent yourself over and over again, time and time again. Motion is the secret ingredient to overcoming stagnation, fueling both personal and professional rebirth. So I had a situation today, actually it was the other day. I had a client that was kind of taking me for granted without getting into the details because, that's not professional. But I wanted to let you know that the person basically was, I went somewhere with the person, was consulting, but I went somewhere kind of like a seminar to help them understand something. And it was for a job coaching. And so I explained to them, that I don't work for free. My time I bill for. So at the end of the time, I think we were there 2 hours. I said, this will be 2 hours. She said, well, what's this for? I said, I thought you were just coming out here for yourself. No, I came out here for you. I made a specific commitment to come out here for you. And then it was a little argument about it was be 2 hours. I tell you what, I'll just make it 1 hour, but I said, I'm not even making any money off of you. And then the person said, I'm really getting tired of all this. I said, okay, fine. And then today I got a phone call. I didn't have time to take the call. I was busy. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually leaving on vacation Zoom, and I still do the shows even when I travel. So when I was doing something today, I had a very busy day. I started at 7:30. Rest the Lord to give me the power and the might and the strength and the energy and also the intelligence to do what I had to do. This morning, I started doing. I had to finish upping up some Wi-Fi access points and getting them synced into the master controller. And then after that, I went to install a printer. But as I was going to install the printer, well, they had a glitch where the network went down. It was just one of those things that happened. Apparently, something glitched. Apparently, what I had found out is that the network went down because they had a lot of power outages, and it kind of just caught up with them. It never happens. Nothing goes down when the power glitches. Usually happens later on because there was a corruption in the disk or the memory or something like that. So anyway, and this isn't memory this is actually secondary memory. It's not, it's not the memory that would be the first memory, which would be, dissolved. So that would be the volatile memory, right? That's non-volatile is what's our secondary storage. So anyway, I got a phone call. I couldn't take the call, but I did respond back. I texted, hey, I'm busy right now. I don't have time to respond. And so I know what it was about. It was about writing something for the person. It was like rewriting their resume. And I was planning on doing it later on. And then I also basically added a little caveat in there. And the caveat that I put in there was a pretty interesting one. I basically said, no, I'll read you what I put down, okay? It says, hi, the person's name, I completed this resume update for you as a one-time courtesy going forward. Any additional work will first be provided as a formal quote, and only after you approve it in writing via email will I proceed. I'm currently swamped right now and preparing to leave for vacation, but I do understand you're in the middle of a job search. That said, my time is valuable, and while you may not always like that there's a charge, I've been more than fair up to this point. To clarify communication going forward, phone calls will now have a consultation fee for any call up to 30 minutes. A quick call under 5 minutes to answer a simple question 2 times per week will be accommodated as long as the call is polite and respectful. As mentioned, all future work will be quoted in advance, and you will have the option to decide whether or not you'd like to proceed before any charges occur. Have a happy, healthy Thanksgiving. Thank you for understanding. Warmest regards, John C. Morley, Sir Entrepreneur. So what does that come from? That comes from the fact that know your worth, know your value. All right. I was having a conversation with a new friend of mine who's also studied psychology and is in the field. And he says, yeah, John, he says, you got to know your worth. Yeah, you got to know your worth. And don't be afraid. You're not being nasty, but don't let people take advantage of you. So I said in my first letter the other day, I said, A lot of people are maybe taking my kindness for weakness. And when that happens, I need to change. And that's why I kind of put the walls up to what's going on for free, which is basically nothing now. Number 4, guys, renewal requires conscious release. Yeah. Growth demands that we let go of what no longer serves us. Shed old mindsets, unproductive habits, wasted energy, freeing space for new ideas and better outcomes. I think that's an important thing for a lot of people, to understand, what's happening. And I think I think that's important. What's happening. And so I think a lot of people sometimes, are confused, or, they get upset. And I think that matters. And I think that matters a lot, because sometimes people don't realize, they're being taken advantage of. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people to understand. And I think that can be hard. I think sometimes people just are not grateful for what they have because they're having challenges. Okay? And I think a lot of times when you're having a challenge in your life, you put other people down. Okay? That's important to understand. There's no need to put anybody down for the situation that you're in. That's not anybody else's fault. Number 5, change acceleration equals renewal depth. The faster you adopt, the deeper your transformation. Don't shy away from change. Embrace it with purpose. Speed is not a threat. It's a powerful lever for lasting renewal. Number 6, transform through consistent reinvention. Make reinvention a routine. Small upgrades, new skills, and bold decisions keep you agile. Life cycles are packed with lessons. Use them to continually refresh your vision and your approach in life. And I think when we do those kinds of things, our life will change quite a bit. Does that make sense? And hopefully that means something to you. And I think that's a lot. I think sometimes we all get into a situation where it can be challenging, right? But the key is to be respectful. That's a big thing for a lot of people to understand. So every completed cycle rebirths vision. When you finish a task, achieve a goal, or close a chapter, you're gifted with a chance for new plans and fresh perspective. Welcome endings. They're the spark for greater beginnings. Number 8, guys, rebuild systems periodically. Every system, from your daily routine to your mindset, needs maintenance and renewal. Give yourself permission to redesign, restructure, and improve regularly. I know you're thinking that we don't need to do that, but I'm here to tell you, no matter how good you are or how bad you are, you always can rebuild. You always can get a little bit better. I got to have another sip of this. Really good, guys. 2 tablespoons of black strap molasses. Just use the Insta Hot Water, which is at 198. Take a little spoon, mix it around, and put a decaf Earl Grey tea in there, and it's yummy. And it's very good, a lot of health benefits. So number 9, renewal begins with a self-audit. Take time to reflect. Honest self-examination uncovers inefficiencies and reveals hidden strengths. Self-auditing leads to meaningful change and greater self-awareness. I think that's a hard one for a lot of people is when that happens. Um, I think that's important to understand. I think a lot of people don't realize that our actions create our reality. Our actions create our reality. If we don't like the reality we have, then we need to change our actions. Now, this person had been a little bit hard to deal with for a while, but I wasn't really shutting them off for the reason because they weren't putting me under the bus. But when it came down to the time that you were going to split, not even wanting to pay me for my time, thinking that I just went somewhere just because I wanted to gain information. Trust me, I didn't need to gain information. I was trying to help this person get things like different kinds of services that they may need, social services and things like that, because they're out of a job. Number 10, shed inefficiency frequently. I know that might be scary, but we need to do that regularly, okay? Declutter your tasks and mindset. When you streamline your life, you make room for, well, the energy and focus that drives true progress. Number 11, reinvention is internal motion externalized. Your inner drive for change manifests in a real world action. As you grow and evolve on the inside, let it show through the bold choices and consistent movement that takes place. I think that's a real important thing. Um, you know, and I think sometimes we just get stuck. And that can cause us to be negative when we don't see the stuckness as a positive bridge. Number 12, let old patterns fade. I've got to have more of this great drink. Release past habits gently. Don't force change. Allow positive motion to guide new routines. Letting go of the old without drama. It's a gentle letting go that often lasts. And I think these are really important things. And number 13, transformation follows from sometimes the contention, right? And the progress that often comes from tension. A challenge, a desire, a dissatisfaction. Use constructive tension to fuel your growth, not block it. Number 14, don't fear resets. They refine you. New starts aren't setbacks. They're opportunities to clarify your purpose and sharpen your approach. A reset is a refinement, a powerful launch pad for lasting change. I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize, that they have to push that reset button sometimes, often. Number 15, renewal occurs post resistance, right? After resistance comes acceptance. True transformation follows resilience. Push through tough times, and on the other side, renewal emerges. Number 16, systems restore through planned downtime. Rest isn't wasted time, it's restoration. Plan your downtime and honor recovery. Regeneration makes you stronger for the next cycle of growth. Number 17, transform energy, not identity. Energy is dynamic, always shifting. Don't lose your core. Self admits change. Instead, harness your energy to reinforce your unique identity. Number 18, guys, regeneration starts with rest. Master the power of pausing and recharging. Real renewal depends on balance. Energy returns only when you stop, reflect, and learn how to recover. Number 19, guys, energy returns through the removal, not the addition of things. Sometimes the best way, guys, to recharge isn't adding new activities, but subtracting distractions and obstacles. Streamline your focus and let energy flow naturally, right? I've talked about the ebbs, I've talked about the flows. Enjoy that. Does that make sense, everybody? Hopefully it does. And hopefully that means that it'll mean something to you. And so if it means something to you, then hopefully you'll want to refine it. Number 20, every iteration depends and deepens on efficiency. Constant cycles of action and evaluation strengthen your effectiveness. Each iteration makes you smarter. And faster too. And also more adaptive. See, number 21, cycles sustain evolution. Growth isn't a one-off event. It's a spiraling journey. Embrace the repeat of nature or the positive cycles, letting each round lift you higher and higher and higher. Number 22, transform the frame, not just the function. Change how you see the world, not just what you do in it. Transformation starts with a mindset setting the stage for meaningful results. That's an important one, guys, a very important one. So, number 23, renewal loves simplicity. Complexity clutters progress. Choose simple solutions, clear goals, and streamline processes for lasting success. Does that make sense, everybody? I mean, I hope it does. And hopefully that'll affect you. And it'll change your life. And if it does, then you'll have more motivation to go to the next level, to be better. Number 24, self-upgrading keeps systems relevant. Stay ahead by continuously learning and growing and upgrading your skills and mindsets, ensuring you remain valuable and future ready. I go to college and school because I love it. And I really enjoy it, you know? And so it's important to realize that you've got to like education to do it. Number 25, clean exits enable clean entries. Finish one stage well to step confidently on to the next and leave behind what's complete with gratitude, making room for new beginnings. New beginnings is hard for a lot of people. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. But I know sometimes people get frustrated, right? They get frustrated because of what's happening. Number 26. Regrowth mirrors motion's spiral nature. Progress isn't linear. Each loop brings fresh perspective and builds momentum. Linear meaning it's going in one line, right? When we say progress is linear, it can be here, it can be there, it can be all over the place, right? Trust the spiral, right? Lean into upward growth. It's good for us to embrace that concept. I mean, it really, really is amazing when we learn how to embrace that. Number 27, upcycling experience creates innovation. Reuse your lessons, turning past struggles into innovative solutions. Every moment is fuel for new success. Does that make sense, guys? I hope it does. And number 28, renewal must be rhythmic, not random. Consistency matters. Make renewal a regular habit and watch lasting change unfold in your life. Whew. That's a mouthful there, isn't it? A big mouthful. And so completion is preparation for next motion. Finishing strong sets you up for the next adventure. Does that make sense to everybody? I mean, I hope it does. Okay, I hope I really hope it does, and I hope that you can understand, like, what things mean and what's going on, because life changes every day. You could be at the same place, but really not, because your attitude or your perspective has changed. Treat every completion as a launch pad, not a finish line. That's very important again. Number 30, true transformation feels like calm movement forward. Transformation isn't always dramatic. Sometimes the best change is subtle, steady, and full of peace, a sign you're truly aligned with your journey. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show as much as I have, because this entire week, where we talked about some amazing stuff, we talked about this whole concept of, transformation. We talked about the power of motion and how it can change our lives. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Thank you so much for joining me, and do check out BelieveMeChief.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. Be well, everyone.